Hello, students. Welcome to Bridge Academy. Grade 9 Biology Unit 3 Tutorials Lesson 22, Osmosis in Amoeba. In this lesson, we will learn about osmosis in amoeba. So let's start. First, we will understand what is osmosis. Osmosis is the movement of water across a cell membrane from an area of high water concentration to an area of low water concentration. Water always moves from a region where there is more water to a region where there is less water. Now let us understand what is an amoeba. Amoeba is a genus of single-celled freshwater organisms. They are characterized by their irregular shape and their ability to move and change shape by extending pseudopodia. An amoeba typically has a central nucleus surrounded by cytoplasm. There are many other organelles suspended in the cytoplasm. The plasma membrane surrounds the cell and regulates what enters and exits the cell. Let's observe an amoeba under the microscope. As you can see, an amoeba is a unicellular organism, and all the functions of the body are carried out by a single cell. Amoeba lives in a freshwater pond. Let's draw an amoeba and label its parts. Amoeba lives in fresh water, which is a hypotonic environment. In a hypotonic solution, the water outside the amoeba has fewer dissolved substances than the cell's interior. This means that the concentration of water is higher outside the cell than inside. Because of this difference, water constantly moves into the amoeba through osmosis. Let's represent this by drawing arrows showing the direction of water movement. Now water is moving into the amoeba through osmosis. This continuous inflow of water can be dangerous as too much water can cause the cell to swell and burst. Let's understand how amoeba controls the problem. If we observe the fresh water in the habitat of amoeba, then we find that it contains very few dissolved substances such as minerals, etc., while the internal fluid of amoeba contains many dissolved substances like minerals, sugars, proteins, etc. Thus, the cell sap has a higher concentration of solutes as compared to the surrounding medium. This means that the concentration of water is lower outside the amoeba than inside. Hence, water naturally moves into the amoeba to reach the region of higher water concentration. You may be wondering why water moves from a region of lower to higher water concentration. To understand this, let us refer to the concept of water potential. Water moves from a region of higher water potential to a region of lower water potential. Water potential is the tendency of water to move from one area to another. Water potential is denoted by the symbol psi and is measured in the unit of pressure such as Pascal or in terms of height of a column of water in meters or centimeters. Water potential of pure water is 10 meters. The presence of solutes lowers the water potential. Higher the concentration of solute, lower is the water potential. Therefore, water will move from a region of higher water potential to a region of lower water potential until equilibrium is reached. You know that in our daily life, we experience thirst when we don't have enough water in our body. Our body detects the decreased water potential due to increased solute concentration and sends signals to the brain to drink water. Also, plants absorb water from the soil against gravity. This happens because the water potential of the soil is higher than that of the root cells of the plant. The contractile vacuole helps in balancing water levels. This structure is found in many fresh water protists, including amoeba, and also in some protonephridia and some somatic cells of animals. The contractile vacuole is a membranous sac that gathers excess water that enters the cell and pumps it out. Let's draw the diagram of contractile vacuole. Contractile vacuole fills up with water and contracts to expel the water. This process is known as osmoregulation, which helps to keep the water balance of the cell. By removing extra water, the contractile vacuole prevents the amoeba from swelling too much and bursting. Amoeba has a fresh water habitat. Hence, water constantly flows into the amoeba through osmosis. This water enters through the cell membrane. The contractile vacuole collects this water and expels it out of the cell through the cell membrane. When the contractile vacuole contracts, it releases the water outside. After releasing the water, the contractile vacuole again becomes flaccid. Again, it starts filling up with water and the process continues. This is how osmosis in amoeba takes place. Unicellular organisms like amoeba cannot tolerate large changes in their internal water levels. Too much water can dilute their internal solutes and disrupt their cellular processes. Freshwater organisms face the constant challenge of water influx through osmosis. The contractile vacuole is a vital adaptation that freshwater protists like amoeba use to maintain water balance and survive in their hypotonic environment. Unicellular organisms like amoeba rely on structures like the contractile vacuole for osmoregulation. These adaptations help them maintain water balance and thrive in their respective habitats. Now, let's solve some review questions. Question 1. State what you understand by osmosis. Answer. Osmosis is the movement of water molecules from a region where there is a higher concentration of water to a region where there is a lower concentration of water across a semi-permeable membrane. Question number 2. What is the importance of osmosis in living organisms? Answer. Osmosis is important for living organisms as it helps in transporting water and nutrients to different parts of the body. For example, in plants, osmosis helps in absorbing water from the soil and transporting it to the roots and other parts of the plant. In animals, osmosis helps in maintaining the water balance in the body and also helps in transporting nutrients and removing waste products. Question 3. Why do living cells require a semi-permeable membrane? Answer. Living cells require a semi-permeable membrane because it helps in regulating the passage of molecules in and out of the cell. This helps in maintaining the balance of water and nutrients in the cell, which is essential for the proper functioning of the cell. Question number 4. What happens when a cell is placed in a hypertonic solution? Answer. When a cell is placed in a hypertonic solution, water moves out of the cell and the cell shrinks. This is because the concentration of solutes is higher outside the cell than inside, so water moves from a region of lower solute concentration to a region of higher solute concentration until equilibrium is reached. Question number 5. What would happen if amoeba did not have a contractile vacuole? Answer. If amoeba did not have a contractile vacuole, it would not be able to remove excess water from its cell. This would cause the cell to swell and eventually burst, leading to the death of the amoeba. So this is our lesson for today. We hope you have enjoyed this lesson. Do share your views and feedback in the comments section. If you need any clarification, do ask us questions in the comments section. We will try to reply at the earliest. We wish you all the best for your exams. Thank you.